Love unites. Dear friends, in the Gospel of today, Jesus presents to us the greatest commandment. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. The Pharisees approached Jesus not to be enlightened by him, but to trap him. Among the Jews, the Pharisees were the custodians and interpreters of the Jewish law found in the Torah, or the first 5 books of the Bible, known as the Pentateuch. After a keen study of the Torah, the Pharisees have reduced the Jewish law to 613 precepts and regulations. With this knowledge, they became the moral police among the people and imposed their authority over them. With an attitude of superiority, the Pharisees questioned Jesus. Among these 613 laws in the Torah, which is the greatest? But Jesus goes beyond the trap laid by the Pharisees and looks at the laws in a deeper and wider sense. He narrates the 2 commandments of love from the Old Testament. Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 5. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And Leviticus chapter 19 verse 18. Love your neighbor as yourself. Jesus reduces all the commandments to love, the love of God and neighbor. But the question arises, can love be commanded? Love cannot be commanded. But Jesus is looking upon love not as a fulfillment of a duty, but rather a power which helps us to realize our true nature. We can only love the Lord with all our hearts, with all our soul, and with all our mind only when we become one with Him. In fact, this is the beginning and final goal of our life. He made us in His own image and likeness. He made us like Himself. Genesis chapter 1 verse 27. And John in his letter says, we shall be like Him. 1 John chapter 3 verse 2. To be like Him is the beginning and end of our life. Paul expressed it when he said, it is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. Jesus made it clearer when He said, I am the vine, you are the branches. Abide in me as I abide in you. The greatest commandment to love God with all our heart is a call to realize who we truly are. This realization brings us closer to our neighbor. Hence the second invitation of Jesus today, love your neighbor as yourself. A story from the Song of the Bird by Tony DeMello helps us. The singer's voice fills the hall. Overheard outside a concert hall. What a singer! His voice filled the hall. Yes, several of us had to leave the hall to make room for it. Overheard in a spiritual counseling session. How can I love God as the scripture tells us to? How can I give Him my whole heart? You must empty your heart of all created things. Misleading advice. Don't be afraid to fill your heart with the people and things you love, for the love of God won't occupy space in your heart any more than a singer's voice occupies the space in a hall. In fact, love improves the quality of your heart to love others better. May all the rules and precepts teach us to love our neighbor and God, and thus lead us to God, who is the love. May God bless you.